Hey everybody, it's Pat. I know it's been a very long time since I made a video of any kind, and I've been extremely busy between working on the van, working at work, and then towards the end of getting the van done and moving into it, doing some overtime at work, which gave me no time to take pictures, post anything, or do anything, so I thought I would make a video. Now I know the last time I made a video of the van, it was in really rough shape still. I think I had taken the dividing door out, which was here in between the seats, is gone. What's behind me was a shelving unit. It's gone. And I think there was even maybe a few pictures or some videos after that of some Reflex-X insulation I put in. Now, just me on the Reflex-X, it is a very good product, but I think there's some better ones out there. But on the Reflex-X, since I bought it, I used 2 layers of it. So I doubled it up because I had extra basically, so I just doubled everything up. I used spray adhesive to put it in, and the first bottle of spray adhesive I bought didn't work real well. It was from 3M. It was just their medium grade light duty stuff, but then I had to go back and basically pull some of the insulation down and re-put it up. So I used that still the 3M product, the M77, and that seemed to hold really well, so I would recommend that. They do make another product that's supposed to even be stronger than that, and it's like a M90 or a Super 90 or something. So if you're doing insulation or anything that needs to be adhesed together, check into that. I mean, it's the M90 or whatever they're calling it. It's not cheap. It's like almost $15 a bottle, so keep that in mind. So okay, so where were we? Oh yes, the van. It is completely done now. Like I said, I've been extremely busy at work, and if I didn't have help from a very, very cool friend, I would still be working on this and basically be homeless. Because those of you who don't know, I had a Class B motorhome. It sold shortly before we started the conversion part of this van, so I spent a few weeks living in a motel, and that was an expense I knew that could have happened, but I wasn't really planning on it. So some of the money I was planning on using on the build went to the motel, and you guys get the gist. Things happen, move on. So here we go, moving on. I'm going to give you a brief tour of the van now with everything I've done. It is pretty much livable because I moved in. I've been living in it for a few weeks now. So here we go. I'm going to try this and I don't know how well it's going to work. I've got everything completely done the way I want it except for one piece, and I was hoping to get that done today, but it's a fabric piece, and I'm not for sure how it's going to be hung yet, so I'm holding off on it, and once I get that piece hung up, I'll do some more video or take pictures or do something to show you guys, okay? Because what that fabric piece is for is basically to hide this ugly door here, right here. Because when the door's closed, you just see this big white ugly thing, because I hadn't done nothing to the door. Because the clearance, when it's a sliding door, obviously, you noticed, the clearance isn't real well, so if I would have insulated it and tried to put a cover on it, I'm afraid opening and closing it would have eventually just tore it off, because the gap is, when the door's open, the gap's maybe an inch between the body, and I'm just afraid something's going to snag and yank everything off I put on there, so I didn't do nothing to that. And I did not do anything to the back doors either, so they're the same way, but I do got the covering hanging up for that, and you'll see that in a moment. So okay, I'm going to pan this around and try to explain as I do this, so bear with me. Okay, here we go. This is the back of the van, sleeping area. The thing on the wall is covering the back doors. And I want to explain some stuff. This is the bed, and it's in the down position right now. This whole thing flips up to just make a seating area if you want a seating area and nothing else. Okay, so don't think that just everything back here is just the bed and stuff. It's not. So this flips up. Right now, as you can see, I'm using underneath the bed as storage. Excuse me. And storage and stuff. Because coming in from a bigger van, sorry, I still had stuff that I've weeded out and weeded out and weeded out, and I still got stuff that I need. The sad thing is, what I've kept is actually stuff I use. The only thing that I kept that is not essential is the decorations, like that D on the wall. I've kept a couple other posters and stuff that I haven't hung up yet because I'm working on that today as well. Now I'm gonna try to explain some stuff on the counters over here. Here's the kitchenette, basically. Let me see if I can back this off a little bit. No, that's zooming in. That's okay, because down here we got storage underneath. We got 4 cubbies. Dishes, food items, basically a medicine cabinet, towels, so forth, odds and ends. Down here, cleaning supplies, stuff like that you need but you really don't know where to put. Okay, now this part is probably a part some of you are wondering about. As you see, the countertop, move the countertop, open the countertop up, and this is actually more storage down here. More storage down here. And this is the refrigerator right here. And the refrigerator is a CF25 from Dometic. So it's strictly 12 volt. And knowing that I was going to have everything basically run off 12 volt and no real shore power, I installed a large battery bank for something this size. I've got 4 AGM batteries that are each 100 amp hours a piece. So it may seem like overkill, but I don't want to get out in the middle of nowhere and die, you know, and have no power. That would suck. But let's move over. Okay, this is the closet. Got some cubby space up here. I've got jeans, socks, underwear, so on and so forth up in here. Down here, closet, t-shirts, coats, jackets, so on. I opted not to put cabinet doors on anything to save on the weight and the quickness of the build. Now, if it starts to bother me later down the road, I figured I would just hang tension bars up and put a cloth door over it to hide it or whatever, which is cool. So as you notice, the lights, there's 2, there's one there and there's one in the back of the van. They're both LEDs. Dang, they're both LEDs. They would run literally, I don't know, forever basically on one of the batteries, let alone 4 of them. So I have no problem with those. Each one of them has like an average lifespan of like 60,000 hours, so we will see if I get that. As you see, that's a fan running, blowing. Right now there's no AC in the van, and I know what you're thinking. Wow. But right now the fan works, and let me back up a little bit. I do have a standard outlet plug-in in the van, so when I am hooked to shore power, I can run the fan off shore power and the battery charger off shore power. That's the only reason why the shore power was in originally, was for the battery charger, nothing else. But then we decided to put the other outlet in inside the living area to give me power when I was parked in a park or anywhere I could get shore power, which actually I'm glad I did at this point. Now I do have a 2000 watt continuous converter that runs off the batteries that feeds everything when we're not hooked to shore power. That means the fan, charging the cell phones, charging the laptop, and anything else. like I said, the refrigerator is already a 12 volt, so it's on the batteries 24/7 anyway. It doesn't bounce back between shore power or anything like that. It's just on the batteries. Okay, moving on. As you see, I got this little header here. I've got a thumbtack here. I've got another one over here. That is to put up the privacy curtain at night, which is a black privacy curtain, as you can see. I take that and I hang it up there at nighttime, and it blocks out 99.9% of the light. I mean, it's not 100% because it's a light synthetic material, but it works. It was a cheap, easy fix, and I like it. Let me back up a little bit and step outside since you've seen the inside now. As you see, I've got this here is where to go. This is Taz's sleeping area. And for those that don't know, I travel with the dog Taz. And if you've ever seen any of my videos, you know I travel with the dog Taz. And last April we celebrated his 16th birthday, so he is extremely old, extremely fussy to travel with, but fun. Don't get me wrong, he's fun. And of course I've got the quilt out for him to lay on. Then of course I've got just the regular carpet down. The flooring is it's an oak look pill and stick flooring, believe it or not. And it comes in 4-inch planks, just like laminate flooring does. You just pill and stick it though. I went with that for 2 reasons: the convenience of the pill and stick, and I'll be honest, budget. It was not all that expensive to buy and put in. I think the one box at the home store ran like $28, $29, and it was like 30 square foot or 32 square foot, so good price. And I only needed like 26 square foot, so it was a good deal for what I needed. Just one box, wham bam, throw it in, and it was good. So I do have some other storage, like, oh yeah, fire extinguisher, people. Get one if you don't have one. You need a fire extinguisher. I don't care what you think, you need one. But I do have storage underneath the benches, underneath the bed, and I'm going to take you around to the back area and show you the batteries and that real quick. I know some of you don't care, but I'm going to. This is the monster vehicle. That's my shore power plug that I put in, or I should say that Peppy put in for me. He did a wonderful job, so I can't complain. It's a waterproof receptacle, and love it to death. Okay, here we go. The back of the vehicle, you can see the curtain hanging here. We'll pull that up. And we come down here, and this is the battery bank. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries. That's the inverter and the charger. And it's doing its thing, going clug, 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 clug. So keep that in mind. Then this is just extra storage over here for me. Actually, I put the power cord down there because when you're on the road, you need somewhere for the power cord to go, so that's where it goes. So it's no big deal. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. I think I've got you guys caught up. This was a quick, well, I was intending this to be a quick video, but it's been a little longer than I thought. It's been a long day. I've been working on the van today, just straightening up, organizing, throwing more stuff away. I actually bought the fire extinguisher yesterday and got it installed today. And like I said, if you guys are out there in a van or an RV or a boat or whatever, or just your car, get a fire extinguisher. You never know what will happen. And most of you are thinking, why do I need it? Well, not just because of cooking problems, if you should have an accident, but electrical problems in general. Sometimes battery banks have problems and they overheat, cause fires, or whatever. There's a whole host of stuff, so please be safe out there. On storage, I know I just barely touched that, but I'm thinking about it now, so I'm going to show it to you. In the front seat passenger, I travel alone most of the time, except for with my dog, of course. This is where a lot of my overflow goes. I got the dog food, emergency kit, first aid kit if you will, vacuum sweeper, broom, box just to throw miscellaneous stuff in. But yeah, don't leave anything to chance. Be safe out there, guys. And until next time, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe, please share them, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.